The sponsor for the first church in Valby was the brewer Carl Jacobsen, so he chose the same architect that had been used for his brewery. The campanile, however, was added later in 1895 by the same architect. Originally sketched by Thorvald Jørgensen, but it wasn't him that was to build this church. Built right next to a busy railway line, let's hope they have it soundproof. Formed as a merger of two smaller congregations, they have moved into the former cinema. Placed on high ground in a wide fork between two major thoroughfares, this building is very dominant for its surrounding. The railway divides Valby in two, so there was a need for a church on the other side of the railways, but they only got as far as the crypt. It had to wait almost 20 years before a local sponsor made it possible to finish the church. The parish is named after an inn, which in turn is named after a manor where the innkeeper used to serve. This might have been controversial in other parts of town, but not here because this church was fully funded by the locals. If it wasn't for the clock tower, you could mistake it for a gym hall, and this is quite intentional. The idea was for it to blend in with the surrounding buildings. The addition to the right is from 2009 and was designed by the Rainbow Architects. The little church might not have survived its Silver Jubilee because in 1964 it was heavily damaged by the explosion from the neighboring gasworks. With the first stage being built during World War II, the crypt was built as an air raid shelter. The second stage had to wait a long time and was eventually built, including a kindergarten. The fact that the head of the church is our monarch also means that we have several churches named after kings and queens, in this case our current. Three congregations share this building: the Copenhagen Community Church, the Family Church, and the Network Church. I cannot, however, find out for how long they have been sharing, or indeed how old these congregations are. The architect of this abomination of a building will thankfully remain anonymous.